Welcome to Solihull. I'm really pleased today to be having the opportunity to talk to you about investment in Solihull. I am the leader of Solihull Council, and I'm also a member of the West Midlands Combined Authority with portfolio responsibility for environment, energy and HS2. Next slide, please. I'm going to talk to you today about Solihull, and then I'm going to hand over later to Jonathan Breterhton, who will talk to you about specifically opportunities that are in the hub area around HS2, the NEC and the airport. Now, the most important thing about Solihull is its location. There are many other good things as well, like the environment, our great schools and so on. But we are in the centre of England, hence our name that we use, UK Central. Not only are we at the heart of England, we're not much more than an hour at the current time from London, but with HS2, that journey time will be taken to less than 40 minutes. Next slide, please. Solihull has one of the fastest growing economies in the UK, and in 2018 it had a gross value of something like 10 billion. So it's one of the most important economies in the West Midlands and indeed in the UK, and is home to a number of nationally important assets. We've got the National Exhibition Centre, we've got Birmingham Airport, we also have a great Jaguar Land Rover plant in Solihull itself. As I say, before the dreadful pandemic of COVID struck us, we had one of the fastest growing economies in the UK. Now, clearly, everything I say and everyone else say will be partly shadowed by what's been happening to us during this year. And of course, we don't know the eventual outcomes. But what I would say is I've been in the business industry for a long time, and what is important is one's relative position in the UK and in Europe. And whatever happens in the economy, the best economies, the best local environments come first. They react first. So Solihull, not only do we have those great businesses that have made us, such a leading economy, we see speculative build confidence. A lot of businesses, a lot of developers have been able to build developments speculatively in the expectation that there will be occupational demand later on. And indeed, in the last 3 years, we saw a nearly 40% increase in office take in the borough. So, that's the basis of our economy. We have a strong base in a number of key business sectors like automotive, like aerospace, but we have some amazing growth businesses like Gymshark as well, that is one of the leading growth businesses in the UK now. Next slide, please. Now, what we have done in the last few years is to build up a great investment prospect for our borough. Now, this all started with HS2 when our brand UK Central first was born, shall we say. But it's really based on the fact that we've got 35 million people that live within a 2-hour travel time. We have great transport connectivity. As I said, we have an international airport, but we're in the centre of the motorway network. We also have 2 train lines, the Chiltern line and the West Coast Main Line. So that's 2 major stations in Solihull. And as I said earlier, we will be having our speed time to London reduced significantly post HS2 to less than 40 minutes. Next slide, please. It's not just about business as well. I mean, Solihull's got some of the best performing schools in the UK. We have 16 green flag parks. We have over 1,500 acres of parks and open spaces. We've been rated consistently a best place to live in England, but we've also got thriving town centres as well. Next slide. Now, what I'd like to go into more detail now is about the town centre, and that's about the town centre master plan that we have just launched. I mean, as I said earlier, town centre of Solihull has tremendous draw regionally, and we want to just make that better. I mean, the truth is, we don't know just how things will emerge from this dreadful pandemic, but one thing I'm determined to do, and that is to make sure Solihull is in the best possible position to come out of it successfully. And that is why I'm making it quite clear, and I'm going to show you now how important our recovery plans are to Solihull Borough. Next slide, please. Now, here's the first investment opportunity that I'm going to show you. Westgate is a development site for a development of Grade A offices, 114 square feet. It's a short walk from the station, and actually it's a short walk from the town centre as well. So it's midway between the Solihull station and the town centre. And you know, that to me is one of the most appealing demands in terms of investment activity. We've actually looked at it from a point of view of environmental excellence. It will be BREEAM excellent, and it's going to be one of the best equipped office developments for modern living, with things like collaborative working space. And it will be an iconic building as you leave Solihull train station on your way to the town centre. So perfect for commuting, perfect for access to the town centre. Next slide, please. And I'm just going to show you now a couple of slides of artist impressions of Westgate, the inside. That's one. And now the next slide will show you another. We're going to make this building world class, and we think it'll be a great opening to a new development phase in the town centre. Next slide, please. Well, the next site I want to talk to you about is what we call Eastgate, and it's at the junction of Churchill and Homer Road, but I think most people will know this as the Council House site, because indeed that's where the Council House is at the moment. The plan here is for it's a prime location for development of business use, residential, as well as some retail and leisure and arts and culture. Now, you may think about, I mentioned retail just then. This site is right next to the high street, and that's a really key factor. It's right next to Touchwood Shopping Centre. It is in council ownership right now, and we see this as having real scope to project Solihull Town Centre into the future and to retain its position as a regional destination for shopping, but also for business. And there's something like 1,000 units or so of housing will be going into the town centre in all, of which a number will be on this site. And we see this as vital to the opportunities to bring life back to our town centre. But we've got other ideas as well, you know, because we see the independent sector of retail as being tremendously important. The council owns several of the buildings already along the high street. So we really are in a great position to offer this as I say, a leading investment opportunity for business in the West Midlands, located between the Touchwood Shopping Centre, the High Street, and indeed St Alphege Church as well. So, I mean, we're really excited about this, and we think it has tremendous opportunities. We know things are really tough out there for business and retail, and you know, my job is to show just what we in Solihull are doing to say, Solihull has a great future for business, for retail, for leisure, for food and beverage, and it's so well located. If I can move on now, please, in slides. And here's a picture of it in the nighttime economy, I guess. But it just shows the tremendous importance that this will have on the future of Solihull Town Centre. Move on, please. And, an artist's impression of what we see the elevations could look like. We're looking at public realm here big time. We see people going to places like Solihull because they want to be in a good place. They want to be in a nice place to have their coffee, to do their shopping. And that's what we're determined to make it. And, the Eastgate site will help us with that. Next slide, please. And now I'd like to pass over to Jonathan Breterhton, who's going to talk to us about equally exciting opportunities in the hub area near Birmingham International. Thank you very much for your time.
Hello, I'm very pleased to speak to you today about an extraordinary opportunity at the UK Central Hub. Combination of place, scale, connectivity and opportunity is without parallel in the UK at the moment. The hub comprises 5 assets, any one of which is significant in its own right, but to have all 5 in one place is quite extraordinary. And then to have HS2 arriving with the first station north of London and the first connection north of London between the traditional rail West Coast Main Line and the high-speed network at Birmingham Airport really does make it an extraordinarily well-connected place. So last year we published our 2030 vision for what the hub may look like in the future, transforming the area from those existing assets and including the Arden Cross Greenfield site to the east of the area where HS2 will arrive. Today I'm going to talk to you about 2 particular issues. One is Arden Cross, which will be released to the market next year by Arden Cross Limited, the consortium of landowners. And then secondly, I'm going to talk about Birmingham International. And within those 2 areas, there's 2 opportunities for major contractor engagement, and then there's the wider investment piece for Arden Cross. So turning to Arden Cross, this is an extraordinarily large development opportunity. It's a £3 billion development. It's been compared in opportunity, scale and significance to the area to that of Canary Wharf in the past. We will see 6.5 million square feet of commercial development over the 20-year life of the master plan, and over 3,000 homes, as well as the new HS2 station built at the heart of it, which is due to open towards the end of this decade. So that site will be coming to the market next year, promoted by Arden Cross Limited with our very close support and collaboration. We're working not only with Arden Cross, but also with HS2 on this area. UGC is co-investing with HS2 many millions of pounds in infrastructure at the moment, with much more to follow. Last year, we signed the first construction framework agreement with HS2, and we've since then signed a series of works orders whereby we fund HS2 and their contractors to implement infrastructure that we've worked on together. Now we're taking that to the next level with multi-storey car park proposal at Interchange Station, where we're in negotiation with HS2 to potentially deliver non-rail infrastructure in the form of multi-storey car parking. And we will be coming out to the market for a contractor partner to help us through the design and then the build phase. And we expect to be launching that opportunity next year, but plans are firming up, so watch out for that opportunity. The wider Arden Cross investment opportunity will be offered to the market by Arden Cross Limited, and we expect that to be later next year, but again, watch the trade press for announcements on that. This will be centred around Interchange Station, the world's first station to achieve BREEAM outstanding during the design phase. and that will be connected by the automated people mover through to Birmingham International, which is the other area I want to talk about today. So on the right of this slide, you'll see in the background Birmingham Airport, sorry, the NEC, I beg your pardon, and on the left you'll see Birmingham Airport. So this station sits right in between those two national assets on the West Coast Main Line. Yeah, you also see in the image the automated people mover that will come in and arrive at International Station 4 minutes away from interchange. That's the key link between these two stations. You will also see a Sprint bus arrive in time for the Commonwealth Games at this location, and in due course Metro. So this will be one of the best connected transport hubs in the world. Modex assessment has been carried out on this, which places it in the top 10 when all of the work's complete. So this is, again, an international level opportunity. The ITT is ready to go, but we are pausing, waiting for the outcome of government deliberations on funding, which we expect to hear more from next spring. So again, watch out for that opportunity coming soon. Thank you.